Sinai Special Needs Institute asks, what do you want to be when you grow up? When I grow up, I want to be a policeman, a fireman.
They want to be firefighters, they want to be policemen, they want to be veterinarians, they want to be mommies and daddies and millionaires.
I want to be a lawyer.
I know there are things he won't be able to do. But you know what, these things, I will never be a trapeze artist, and I don't have Down syndrome. I'll never be a model, and I don't have Down syndrome. We all have limits in our life.
I think we want things perfect. You want a perfect marriage, you want, people don't want to struggle for money, and we want perfect children.
The doctor who actually made the diagnosis, his other piece of advice was get marital counseling. That was encouraging.
I want to be a candy store owner. I'm going to have the candy store in Las Vegas.
We start talking with the boys about what they're doing in their future right from the first interview. There are those students who come in with weird, wild, and wonderful ideas.
I was shooting up with Batman.
An astronaut, ruler of the world.
Which is wonderful for them because it motivates them into doing many different things.
I was doing as a kid. Before you go to bed, make sure you say something.
Excellent work. You did a great job. I'm very proud of you. Eric, good work.
I think the great thing about Sinai is that we look at each child as an individual, not as a class, not as a classification or a group or a diagnosis, but we look at what is this child doing now, what is their potential, and how are we going to get them to the next step.
How many 6-foot-tall women do you know who wanted to be ballet dancers? So we all have our dreams as children. We just need to nurture those dreams and foster those dreams, even if that's not where the child ends up 12 years later.
Now I want to be a Major League Baseball player when I grow up, and if not, I want to be a police officer.
They might say that they want to be a famous actress or an actor.
I want to be a doctor when I grow up to help people.
Rather than saying, you know what, you are never going to be a doctor or a lawyer. Their love of medicine might be channeled in a different way of still helping people and working with people.
We start to give them hands-on experience and things like advocating for themselves, and then basic skills, resume writing, interviewing skills, and all of the things that they're going to need.
I bring the neshama into the planning process because I will often say at a staff meeting, we have to remember the neshama of this child, and we must so carefully take care of that purity that's inside each one of our children.
Growing up with being a father, to be a scientist.
I know that there are limits because of the fact that he has Down syndrome, but Down syndrome itself is not a limit for him.
Thank God at this point in Shani's life, with all of the help that she's gotten from Sinai and from all the other services that we provided for her, we feel very optimistic that Shani will have a full and rich life.
An artist or biologist.
Sometimes I can touch upon the wonders that you see. All the new colors.
We're having a display in the public library coming up in April. She's going to have her first one-woman show.
Maybe they'll invent some job that combines those two. Like sketching DNA, I don't know.
Child of mine, child.
I want Sheila happy. Sheila is an angel. I guarantee you, all my children will have something to say. What I did not do right, never will Sheila. She'll pat me on the back and says, Mommy, don't worry, it's just fine. Sinai has given her her freedom. I always thought Sheila was going to live with me until my ripe old age, if God gave me those years. They have given Sheila independence. Sheila does not want to live with me or any of her siblings. She wants a life.
Nobody's gonna kill your dreams or tell you how to make it hard for a while, but you'll change their heads when they see you smile. Child of mine, child of mine, child of mine, child of mine. Oh yes, sweet darling, so glad you